Hey, so it's been a minute and I just figured that I would pop in and share some of my recent reads and recent book purchases with everyone. I feel so awkward speaking on camera right now because it's been so long and I sat contemplating what I would film forever. But anyway, we're here now and I've been seeing Ben Green shoot videos like this using photo booth, and I just love how grainy and like conversational and chill it seems, so I decided to hop on the wave. So shout out to Ben for the film inspo. But I'll first begin, I guess, with books that I'm currently reading right now. And the first one being There's Always This Year. This is by Hanif Abdurraqib. I am thoroughly enjoying this book. This is a collection of prose poetry, of poems, of little snippets, of little honorings to Ohio, to a place, through the lens of basketball and how Hanif's hometown is influenced by basketball. LeBron is at the center of this, and as a person who played basketball all the way up until my senior year of high school, I continuously watch the sport. I love basketball. I think this is such a beautiful homage to not only Hanif's life growing up in Ohio, but also to the sport and how it acts as a bonder for community, how you have hometown heroes who transcend time and place through the sport, like a LeBron, but even some of those like unsung heroes who fly under the radar and who don't get as much recognition as someone like a LeBron James, who is a once-in-a-generation talent. So I've been reading this. I've been thoroughly enjoying it. I'm on page 222, and I have a little more left. So yeah, it also got damaged. I was stuck in a rainstorm, and this was in a canvas tote bag, and I had to leave it out air drying because it was demolished, which is sad, but it's still readable. So I'm still reading it. Also listening to the audiobook at the same time, which is narrated by Hanif Abdurraqib himself, and his narration is amazing. It's kind of funny because I didn't realize that this was a mix of poetry until I was driving, and I was like, oh my gosh, like something about this narration. Why is he reading this collection of essays as poems? And then I opened the book and I was like, oh, that's why they are literally poems. So yeah, I'm loving this. This is my first Abdurraqib, and it won't be my last. I definitely want to check more of what he's written out. So yeah, love that. I also have been in a major book buying binge, which my bank account is not loving, but I'm here for it. And the first book that I bought recently is Worry by Alexandra Tanner. This book is all over the internet. I feel like it is a buzzy book right now. I started reading it. I am like on page 8 or 9, and this is said to be a Seinfeldian debut novel about two sisters turned roommates navigating an absurd world on the verge of calamity. And let me just say, the dialogue between the two sisters is nothing short of like chaotic and upbeat and fun and entertaining. This is blurbed by Ruth Matievsky, Beth Morgan, David Burr-Gerard, to name a few. I'm like unfamiliar with these. But yeah, another very buzzy book. It is so funny, and it's very hard for books to make me laugh out loud. So yes, I got this. And an honorable mention is my favorite bookmark, and I love bookmarks as a reader. I love collecting bookmarks or odd things that I can shove into the pages of my novels. And look at this cute little bunny bookmark. Like, in my beauty influencer era. Look how cute. I kind of want to name it, so I don't know. What shall we name the bunny bookmark? Let me know. But so cute. This book is funny as hell, and I'm loving it. So I also bought a book from a pop-up shop, and it was at like a farmer's market in my local area. Book Havens Books. Here is their information right here. And I love this because I chatted with Tara, who I believe was like the founder of this book club. It's woman owned, it's POC owned, and they focus on uplifting books and stories from marginalized communities, which I loved, and they meet in person. So yeah, I love that. Read diverse books. This is The Island of Missing Trees by Elif, Shafak, and oops, sorry, I'm getting a text. But anyways, so I picked this up per Tara's recommendation because she said that it takes place on Greece. There's a fig tree who is this omniscient character who is funny and serves as like a point of wisdom for the characters. This is blurbed to be as a commentary on the bitter legacy of war and on the folly of our adversarial relationship with nature and our refusal to learn from the flora and fauna with which we share the planet. So that was Claire Massoud who blurred this. Once again, two teenagers fall in love, forbidden relationship. One is Greek, one is Turkish. And this fig tree who witnesses them falling in love is Ada's only connection to an island she has never visited, her only connection to her family's troubled history and her complex identity as she seeks to untangle years of secrets to find her place in the world. Some books that I have recently gotten in PR that I want to share and that I'm very excited to read as well this summer. The first one being First Love. And this is a collection of essays on friendship. The narrator, or I believe the author of this book, her cousin, Sabina, was murdered, and so this collection of essays is kind of how her friend group, they all come together after this tragedy and how they form friendships and what female friendships mean to them. I feel like this will be the It collection of essays this summer. I feel like any book centering female relationships is always a great read for me. So yes, I want to read this one as well. This was sent to me by the Dial Press. So thank you so much to them. And I also received another book from them, which I'm so excited for. I screamed when I got the email from them. For Whoever You Are, Honey. This is by Olivia Gatwood. And Olivia Gatwood is a very famous spoken word poet. She was featured a lot on Button Poetry, especially in like the early 2010s. Her spoken word has gone viral. She's been featured in a lot of things, and I've read her poetry before. So this is her first full-length novel, I believe. It says this darkly brilliant debut novel explores how women build themselves beneath the gaze of love, friendship, and the algorithm, showcasing Olivia Gatwood as a thrilling feminist voice for our hyper-digital age. And she always has such an acute understanding of what it means to be female, especially in a digital age. So I am beyond excited for this. And it's set in Santa Cruz, once again. I feel like it's perfect for the summer. Also sent to me by the Dow Press, and I just got this, so I'm excited. A book that I feel will be very, very buzzy. Once again, we have a lot of sister relationships happening in this share. This is by Betsy Lerner. It's called Shred Sisters. This is an arc, comes out October 1st, 2024. But I've been following Betsy Lerner for so long on TikTok, and she shares these very, very intimate, amazing diary entries that she has as a student in New York City at NYU and her travel abroad experience in the 80s, which is so fun. She's close to Patti Smith. She knows all of these amazing people. She's been working as a editor for a while in the book publishing industry, and this is her first novel. So Patti Smith is blurbed. She says, "I love this book. It moves like a souped up pickup truck." It says, from Betsy Lerner, celebrated author of the Bridge Ladies comes a wry and riveting debut novel about family, mental illness, and a hard-won path between two sisters. And then I also have this book, which I reached out to the publishing company and hit them up and said, hey, I would love to read this. Would you mind sending me a copy? And they said, sure, no problem. So I love that. This is from SJP Lit, a Zando imprint. So I just hit up Zando. Sarah Jessica Parker is blurbed on here, or she blurbed the book. And I just started reading Sex and the City. Whoa, just started watching Sex and the City. Am I okay? Am I having a moment? Should I call the doctor? Possibly. Sarah Jessica Parker. She says, a glorious, pondering, heartbreaking, extremely funny, very special book. Wise words from Carrie Bradshaw. And it's so funny, I just started watching Sex and the City not too long ago for the first time ever in my life. And I feel like it just hits me so much harder as a late 20s woman living in a city. I am in a relationship, and I've been in a relationship for a very, very long time. But I just love watching them like meander and navigate these relationships, and Carrie being so messy. What are your thoughts on Mr. Big? I kind of hate him. I'm on season 3. I kind of hate them. You know where I'm at in the story. So yeah, those are my opinions. Anyway, back to A Critter's Paradise. So it says, Chang's storytelling is beautifully subtle, often studded with sublime wit. The story of family estrangement and the immigrant saga in America is compelling. From the New York Times. Just know that there is an unreliable narrator in here, a woman narrator, and those just check off the boxes for me. I see that, I hear that, I immediately want to buy. And once again, a very stunning cover, which we love. Last but not least, some poetry that I have been purchasing recently and really plan to read this summer. Kind of an update too. I believe I've shared, I have been in class, I've been taking graduate school courses for a certificate, and that is up soon this month. I'm so happy because I feel as though I do not have the time that I would like to read, and I am a slow reader in the sense of I love analyzing and I love sitting with works, and I especially love to do that with poetry. For an obvious reason, I am a poet and I draw a lot of inspiration, and I study the way that poets craft poems and the forms that they choose and the themes that they're centering on. So poetry is especially something that I like to take my time with. I don't really like to eat up a poetry collection too quickly. I like to slowly read it. The Span of a Small Forever. I've been talking about this for forever. This is by April Gibson, and I love this. I'm on the second section, which is Vestiges, and this is something that I muse a lot on in my own work, and I knew that because I listened to April Gibson in conversation on the Poetry Off the Shelf podcast with Helen. And I just fell in love. I had goosebumps. I had such a reaction to her work and her words. And I'm experiencing the same. Just once again, haven't really been reading as much lately as I would like to. Some other collections very, very quickly. I done clicked My Heels 3 times. This is by Taylor Byas. And I love Taylor. I followed her forever when X was known as Twitter. I followed her on there. There's a very prominent writing community on there, but they seem to have shifted to Threads. But anyway, this is a Wizard of Oz retelling based in Chicago, which is where Taylor is from. And it's about a black woman's journey through the south side of Chicago, spanning sestina, sonnets, free verse, and erasure poems. So, yeah. I mean, what more could I love? I feel like I've been seeing a lot of Wizard of Oz-centered things for some reason. I was at the beach yesterday, and there was a Wizard of Oz convention, and people were dressed up as the characters, like Scarecrow, the Lion, Dorothy, of course. And I'm like, okay, great. So I guess this year's theme is the Wizard of Oz, whatever that means. Maybe we've all been whisked away to a different universe, and that explains what's going on and why our current reality is so wacky. Anyways, this is Ephemera. And once again, I think I've hauled these books in a vlog, but yeah, I don't really know. It says this book reads like a warm hand on the heart, reminding us of both the fragility of life and the immeasurable blessings it offers when we take the time to truly witness it. Beautiful. I just want to pose with all the pretty covers. Root Fractures, which I feel like is the poetry book of this year. I saw this posted on Ocean Vuong story, so you know I had to cop. And this is a very, very interesting book because it plays a lot with form and structure, and there are these really, really interesting poems throughout, which is fun, and I love that. So it's stunning. I've heard nothing but amazing things about this poetry collection. And yes, I've been talking for over 20 minutes, so oh my god, I have one other book to share. Organs of Little Importance by Adrienne Chung. Visionary, I love this twisted guidebook to living in a present populated largely by ghosts. Organs of Little Important about those like vestigial parts of ourselves and of humanity, and I'm assuming this has something to do with the digital age and what that means for the human body. So yes, these are all of my books. Thank you for listening to me blabber on and be totally informal and rambly and all of the things. Thank you so much for being here. It's been a minute since I posted, so I just wanted to fill you in and have a little chat as if we were on FaceTime. So I hope that you enjoyed this style of video. Thank you, Ben, for the inspo again. And let me know what books you're excited to read, if any of these sound interesting to you. I am known, I guess, as the poetry lady, so I always love sharing poetry. And of course, I'm going to be a little biased and say I'm the most excited to get back into reading poetry once I have some more time this summer. And I'll update you guys. Make sure you follow me or subscribe if you are not yet already. We're so close to 10K, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, I appreciate each and every one of you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.